Some breaking news to get to on this Thursday. You're watching the San Francisco 49ers Report by Chat Sports. I'm Chase Sr. Thank you so much for making today's show a part of your day. The Niners here making two signings, bringing in two veterans. Wide receiver Robbie Chosen Anderson, we're going to talk about him and what this means for San Francisco, as well as what he could bring to the table for this Niners team that is still very deep at the wide receiver position, even though you have the questions surrounding Brandon Aiyuk's status moving forward and some injuries at that spot. And then the 49ers last night making a move at safety, bringing in Tracy Walker, who has played a lot of games in the National Football League for the Detroit Lions. At the end of the day, this is why you subscribe to the channel. This is the one-stop shop that you need for Niners content right here on YouTube. And whenever breaking news happens, we cover it in depth with some great analysis. So hit that sub button right now and join the largest independently run Niners channel right here on YouTube that's approaching 135,000 subscribers. First, let's talk about Robbie Chosen Anderson here. Tom Pelissero, NFL Network, breaking the news just moments ago that the 49ers have made a wide receiver move. And it's not Brandon Aiyuk. Veteran Chosen Anderson is signing with San Francisco per his agents. The receiver formerly known as Robbie and Robbie Anderson had multiple offers and chose a team with immediate need. Why did the Niners choose Chosen? Well, he worked out for San Francisco yesterday and clearly must have impressed this Niners coaching staff in this front office. And right now at the wide receiver position for San Francisco, there's uncertainty around Brandon Aiyuk. Is he going to return? Is he going to sign a contract extension? Is he going to get traded? Elsewhere at this position, though, the 49ers are banged up. Deebo Samuel had to leave practice this week. Ricky Pearsall dealing with a shoulder injury. And a couple of weeks ago at the start of training camp, he was dealing with a hamstring injury. And the skill set of Anderson is intriguing. One, he's very experienced at the NFL level. And two, he gives the Niners something that they don't really have right now, because also on top of some of the injuries that the Niners are dealing with at wide receiver, Danny Gray is wearing a non-contact jersey. And Robbie Chosen Anderson can fly. During his pro day with Temple University way back in the day, he ran a 4.2 40-yard dash, and that speed has been able to sustain throughout his NFL career. He's 31 years old, UDFA out of Temple in 2016. I actually covered him when he was playing for the Owls under Matt Rule. He started his career with the New York Jets. He was there from 2016 to 2019, then with the Panthers from 2020 to 2021, the Panthers and Cardinals in 2022, and then last year played limited football with the Miami Dolphins in 2023. Has some scheme familiarity because he did play under Mike McDaniel last year. That vertical speed, of course, very intriguing, has a lot of experience. He did have a 1,000-yard season back in 2020, but his numbers have declined since then. His career numbers, he has played in 120 games with 86 starts, so that's a lot of experience under his belt, and he chose the Niners over a couple of other teams. 678 targets throughout his career, 379 receptions, more than 5,000 yards. So he's accomplished a lot, and he has exceeded expectations as an undrafted free agent, 30 touchdowns as well. And then he's been an explosive player, 13.4 yards per catch with some bad quarterback play. He did have that career year, as I mentioned, back in 2020, when with the Panthers, he had 136 balls thrown his way. He made 95 catches. So that's a really good season there. North of 1,000 receiving yards, only 3 touchdowns, 11.5 yards per catch. But one of the consistent themes for him, he has not had elite quarterback play really at any point in his NFL career. So Robbie Chosen Anderson is a talented player who's had bad quarterback play. At Temple University, Matt Rule forced him to leave the program, and he's gone through some turbulent times. He's had some character issues and character flaws, but he's been able to endure some difficult times, overcome some adversity, and he is definitely battle-tested. If there is no corresponding roster move at wide receiver for San Francisco, the Niners currently have 14 wide receivers on the roster. This is a deep position group with or without Brandon Aiyuk, and I know a lot of people are wondering, could Anderson be a vertical player that the Niners are bringing in to replace Brandon Aiyuk? I'm not going to go that far, but if the Niners do trade Aiyuk away, this at least helps absorb that blow a little bit as far as a player who can take the top off of the defense. We're going to shift over to the defensive side of the ball coming up here just around the corner because the 49ers have also brought in a veteran safety who's already practicing for San Francisco right now as we're recording this show. But first, let me give a shout out to today's sponsor, GameTime, for making today's 49ers report possible. GameTime is an authorized ticket marketplace for Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the NBA, which makes getting tickets faster and easier. Prices on the GameTime app actually go down the closer it gets to first pitch or kickoff, and with killer last-minute deals, all-in prices, views from your seat, and their lowest price guarantee, GameTime takes the guesswork out of buying tickets to sporting events, but also concerts, comedy shows, theater events, and much more. So why I love the GameTime app, you get last-minute tickets and flash deals, view from your seats before you buy, so you know exactly what to expect when you arrive, and when you compare GameTime to other ticketing apps, you are guaranteed to get the lowest price on the GameTime app. If you want to go to a Niners regular season game or a Niners preseason game, you can do that. Niners Titans Saturday, we'll be doing a watch party for that game. The Niners will be on the road in Nashville, but preseason game number 2, Saints at Niners, still plenty of tickets available for some really affordable prices. And you use that code ChatSports at the bottom of your screen, and you get $20 off your first purchase. Of course, terms do apply, and that is for your first purchase only. So download the GameTime app, create an account, use the code ChatSports, CHATSPORTS, to get $20 off your purchase. Move number 2 that we want to talk about here on the show, the 49ers signing safety Tracy Walker. He has 43 career starts. He's played in more than 70 games in the National Football League as a former third-round pick. Matt Barrows breaking this news late last night that according to a source, the Niners plan to sign Tracy Walker, who also worked out alongside Robbie Chosen Anderson yesterday. He's 29 years old, third-round pick by the Lions in 2018. And those 43 games that he started in the last 6 years probably going a long way in the Niners making this move. And as we know, the 49ers have kind of canvassed the market a little bit at that safety position. Barrows with another tweet saying this, that the Niners had looked at veteran safeties previously. They hosted Rayshon Jenkins and Julian Blackmon back in the spring. Both did sign elsewhere. Walker's signing is expected to be official tomorrow, that is today, when the Niners will have to make an accompanying roster move. More on Walker here, 29 years old. He played his college football at LSU and was a third-round pick who hasn't become the player that the Lions had envisioned, but he's become a very solid player at the NFL level. Good size, 6'1", 206, 79 games of 43 starts. So he's seen a lot throughout his NFL career. Last year wasn't the go-to safety option for Detroit, a team that was really good, but did have an overall Pro Football Focus grade of 62.8, a run defense grade of 67.7, pass rush grade of 84.3, did struggle in coverage. The coverage grade per PFF, 57.8. When he was targeted, he gave up a passer rating of 123.8. So that is not good. He struggled in coverage, as I noted there. No picks. Yards per catch, 10.8. So I guess glass half full approach. He didn't give up a lot of explosive plays, and that did come on 360 coverage snaps. So a rotational safety for Detroit last year. But I will say this. We saw Tashawn Gibson come in and play well for the Niners when everybody thought that he was cooked. Could Walker do the same? This is a safety-friendly scheme that the Niners have. And I understand they've made some alterations and changes to this scheme following that Super Bowl loss and with the new defensive coordinator in Nick Sorensen. But Tracy Walker wouldn't surprise me if he comes in, makes the team, Tashaun Gipson was expected to be a training camp body, a practice squad type of player because the Niners signed him to the practice squad at the time. But given the experience and the pedigree of Tracy Walker, in addition to this team being pretty stacked on the defensive side of the ball, wouldn't surprise me if 1, he makes this team, and 2, becomes a contributor for this squad. I will say, like what Malik Mustafa's been able to do as a rookie in training camp, I'm high on Jair Brown. George Odom had 2 interceptions of Brock Purdy on Wednesday during practice. He might have the inside track of starting for this team at safety, given Talanoa Hufanga's injury. So the Niners in a solid spot at that safety position, but bringing in more depth. And Tracy Walker, a much better player than Eric Harris, who was let go yesterday. Be sure to give me a follow on X and Instagram. I put out a bunch of Niners short-form content there, in addition to the long-form content right here on YouTube at Chase_Senior on both platforms. And we'll see you soon here on the Niners Report.